my mind.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Those memories. Now time to tell them, don't take my tree. Still music keeps on turning me from the words that hurt my soul, removing those from my mind. Those long days passing by from the door, like late summer, they slowly fade away, finding ways through the favorite tune played all day with my eyes closed. Those long days passing by from the door, like late summer, they slowly fade away, finding ways through the favorite tune, filling me with those sounds. I can't remember the smile that you gave it to me.
Alright, right on. Welcome everybody to Dungeon Runners. I am playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay, as a preface, it's worth noting that, I don't know anything about this game. I mean, I know of it. The Steam page, reads that it's a psychological horror, so I know that. So that's always fun. But, I guess we're just gonna get right into it. I do not know what to expect. I try to keep myself as blind to this as possible. I really don't have anything else to say. Individuals with anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit http://ddlc.moe/warning.html. I'm guessing that stands for Moe. Huh. And yes, Talon, it is a remake. It's a good one, too. Okay, so let's stop this Persona music and get on with the game. Hopefully the game has music. Oh. This game looks like it was made in Ren'Py. I know, because I've tried to code a game in Ren'Py. Oh, this is cheery. I might need to fix the audio levels, one sec. This is a little bit louder than that music I played. Testing? Testing? 1, 2, 3. Oh! Oh yeah, another thing to mention. I do have my webcam ready because at some point I do know that I might want to use it and need it. So, this is me, my ugly ass face, right here. Beautiful calendar someone made me, a painting I made, my gross ass kitchen. I'm right here, eyes here. Okay, and I am taking that back down for now. Let's see how far I get. Okay, good to know. I will turn it down just a touch more just out of, you know. Okay, load. Okay, I'm gonna pick the empty slut. There's a lot of empty sluts. Please enter your name. Yeah, let's just do Brâck. Will it let me? It will not. So I am Brâck. So that's fun. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know the kind of friend you've never seen yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crossroads and let Sayori catch up to me. Ah! I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Brâck. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or anything. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Brâck, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. You should give Natsuki the deepest voice you can. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. And yeah, Dungeon Runners was fun. I kind of just usurped the name because it's a good name. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one or many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's talking about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die as the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Well, at least you promise me you'll try a little. Yeah, I guess. I'll promise you that. Yay! Oh, I tried. I tried so hard. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pick up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for at least for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. God. 1 sec, I need a drink. Ooh. I don't talk a lot, like ever. Sayori must have come in the classroom while I was spacing out. I looked around and realized that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah! There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I'm even aware that she had any interest in literature. God! I can't get this mucus out of my throat. Now that I was even aware she was into literature, in fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That's usually how it goes, isn't it? That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sawyer is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop for a cupcake, okay? Yay! Let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayuri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classroom and activities. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the door. Everyone, the new member is here! God damn it! I told you don't call me a new member! I glance around the room. Which one's this? Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayuri always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Hey, Brâck, what a nice surprise. They all just have the same fucking voice. Welcome to the club. Yes, welcome to the club. We're glad you're here. One with us. One with us. One with us. We are all hive mind. All words escape me from this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? I'm trying to find your name. If you want to say it, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Okay, I know who it is. Okay. Oh, by the way, Sora, you're about 30 seconds late, because I just saw this. Humph. Okay, I guess she's getting the manly voice. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also one who made cupcakes according to Sayuri. Yeah, my dad showed me how to make them. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayuri says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the others. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say that like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayuri and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Brâck. Monika smiles sweetly. If you have voice recommendations, send them my way. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come, sit down, Brâck. We made room for you at the table. I should not have given them my name. I regret giving them my name. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little excited. Then how I make it as well? The girls have a few tasks arranged to form a table. As Sayuri mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayuri. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayuri. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow! Natsuki lifted the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little kittens. But I doubt you ever text-to-speech voice down as well as Aaron does. I'm not gonna copy the Game Grumps, I'm sorry, Sora. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabbed one fist, and then Monica, I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on, I almost said itching, icing on her face. I turned the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. I'm laughing because I'm reading chat and they're laughing at the same thing I laughed at that I made. Whoa! I turned the cupcake around in my fingers. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... God damn it, you fucking tsundere. Go back to your goddamn fucking Doki Doki High School. Haven't I heard that somewhere before? Made them for you, anything, baka. Give Monica a Valley Girl voice that sometimes slips into eerie territory. I'm not really good at a Valley Girl because I can't even... I'll try. If I keep forgetting these voices, I apologize. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, baka. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Desu. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of us, and before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, don't a cupcake can help you enjoy a good book? I guess, if you talk louder. Okay, don't even let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just, like, trying to impress you. I don't know if I like that. That's not... I insulted Yuri. No, insulted Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading books, not by a pastime for me, but at least you enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Honestly, I have a knife to my throat. I was afraid of this question. Sometimes, something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. I don't like it. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. It's been 5 minutes and Brâck already slips into a soon voice. Oh well. Natsuki is totally not the tsundere stereotype, but yeah. Oh hey Rap, glad to have you. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member or anything with major clubs. Were you a leader of the debate class last year? Oh, well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budgets and publicity and how to prepare the events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of that. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling the dream. I can't. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised that there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Wrong voice. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start looking into something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confused that we can all really... I'm confident that we can all grow this club better than graduate. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do a voice. Right, everyone? Oh my god, that's perfect. I did it. That was the perfect voice for that moment, at least. Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it! Everyone's enthusiastic and agrees. Such different girls are all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of the new member joining. That was my Metaton voice I used for Monica. That's what that was. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Brâck, what kinds of things do you like to read? Basically old literature, you know, the classics, definitely some, Stephanie Meyer, she was a big influence on my childhood, and then there's the Circus du Freak Soleil compendium. Epic of Gilgamesh was amazing, and then there's the Odyssey, and Ulysses, and, you know. Anyway, well, considering how little... Oh, don't even lie. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Well, that can change. Depending on what's between the pages. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking about seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. I'm casually just color picking from Brâck's game. Yuri traces the rim of her tea with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship. She just keeps getting further and further from the mic. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is especially impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems to be reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obviously by the way her eyes light up about how she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological events using immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how writers can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something to relate at a minimal level. Fucking me. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri! For someone as gentle as you! I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or taking me another world and I really can't put it down, your horror is often a successful or brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. That's right. You usually like to write around about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club's meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give That Back. Fine, fine. What a beautiful poem. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you're writing your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the novel of writing take over the confidence. The truest form of the writing is writing in oneself. You must be willing to open your reader's expressive vulnerabilities and show how deep it reaches your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can... Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. God, this is hard. My voice is going to be dead before the end of this. I guess the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read someone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea for everyone! Question mark after an ellipses. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own! Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other! That way everyone is even! Ellipses. Yeah, let's do it!
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it would help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Brâck?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem.
Huh? What is that?
Now that we're back in the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire... I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But?
I'm sorry, I thought... Brâck... You're all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to be a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems... I just noticed I've just been clicking on it, and I haven't been paying attention to where the mouse is, and I apologize for that. That is, if writing a poem in the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. The thing that pisses me off most is I would have loved to join a literature club in high school. There wasn't one. So I ended up just reading in the library at lunch when I could have been eating. I swear one... Is it when I'm drawing a character, the character straight up doesn't show up? Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official! Welcome to the Literature Club! And thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone! I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Settle it in Smash! Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Brâck, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Brâck, since we're all here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stays after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! By the way, I did the best fucking there a second ago, and you better recognize that. Just saying. With that, the two of us depart the clubs to make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri,
and of course, Monica!
Well, I really be a happy ending every day after school literature club. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Sorry, doing my impression of Xander Mobus, doing his impression of a Smash Brothers 4 announcer is filling me with joy. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Drink time. That's some good. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Man, I was one off. Hey, Paris, love you too. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem first. Oh. 20 words. I really like the word vertigo. I know what this means, and I hate the word itself because it's been around for so long, but, okay, so, just for future reference, cute words, Natsuki, bittersweet words, Sayori, and intelligent horror, okay. Adventure. Intellectual. Ooh, electricity. See, I don't want to know this, the what you told me talent. I mean, it's cool that you showed it to me, but in a way, I kind of want to just pick words that I like and see which girl enjoys those words. Also, these things are cute as hell. But I think kiss. Fluffy for sure. Tenacious. Heartbeat. That's Doki Doki right there. I had to pick it. Oh, nibble's a cute word. Atone. Atone is a good word, but marshmallow is so fun to say. Vivacious. Covet. Heart. Cranberry soup, hello. And hello, immortal. Effulgent. One sec, I want to look that up. That's a new word for me. Effulgent. I'm sure it's shining brightly, radiant. I'm picking that. That's a really cool word to know. Incongruent. That's a fun word too. Unrequited. Ooh, ribbon. Feather. Ribbon. Ribbon. God, you fucking put anxiety in there. Probably one of my most used words. I like cheeks. Cheeks are cute. Oh, fantasy. That's half of Final Fantasy. Agonizing. Empty. Color. Despise. Strawberry. God. Color. Vacation. I'm not doing sugar. I hate sugar. Even though I know that this is a word for treasure. Treasure in Danish is Scott. Hi again, Brâck. Oh,
Hi again, Brâck. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Ha ha ha!
no, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least keep. Oh, words. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Brâck. I hope this isn't overwhelming. I commend to you. Make your device headband for first literature and you don't accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Brâck always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Wrong voice. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Brâck can become good friends too. So Sayori. Ellipses. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Well, wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Siri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means... I'm very bad at switching between voices. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. Okay? First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy to no matter what it is. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want me to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a knife! It's a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I watched the Game Rooms play, so hearing Yuri's voice so high is weird. Dan's Yuri voice fucking killed me. I wanted to watch the Game Grumps play it, but I wanted to do this myself, so now you're putting me in a weird position. I hope you guys know that. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. And Dan is my fucking idol. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it. You can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. And then she just dissolves into the background like a fucking mist. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Siri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice that her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Monica's in the closet, and so I take out my gun! I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like some book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. Let me catch up on chat. You're good, fam, please play it how you want to. I saw screenshots, saw it to be free. Played it on my own and binged people watching it. Me too, Flux. Haven't seen the Game Grumps played either. I played it myself for everything. Somebody touching my spaghetti. Hey everybody, it's Cool Guy! Cool Guy! I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. Hey, ellipses! But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably would have never noticed in the first place, but I'm just reading a bit far. That's the book that you gave me, right? I was talking, but I guess if you want to interrupt me like that, I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how you came to have, 2 copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What is it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover, and it's looking right at me! Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school and who moves in with her long-lost young sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets really targeted by all these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. While her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust, no matter what she is. She ends up destroying the most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark. Ugh. Dan is my life force. I know, right? I fucking love Dan. Dan is my spirit animal. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Brâck? No, it's not that. I just wish I hadn't given you my name. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that these kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life in a strange new perspective when horrible things happen not just because of someone to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophies that they believe in. They suddenly want your thought and related to the protagonist. They're made out to be naive for letting those one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling again, aren't I? No! It's fine. I just have to lift my mic up and move it away from my face every time I do that. You should apologize. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, just please stop if I start making too much sense. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. This story feels like it was written by me. It feels like this story was written by me if the main character in the story actually had an interest in literature like I do. But anyway. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it right now. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip in the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seemed a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to... It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, but I hate it. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. Bitch, you got your own! Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. I'm sorry. I mean... Here, this should work right. I slide my desk until it's open against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Sorry, I just did the weirdest fucking laugh. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the open book. I guess that makes it kind of different to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after... How is this game free? Anyway, Yuri slides it under her thumb. I'm just looking at the visuals. I'm like, this was hand-drawn by someone. But in holding it like this, we're huddled over close together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you okay? Been better. Just turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We can continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange, my thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she's do something wrong. It's not like I can see into her head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Brâck, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I'm gonna go kill myself. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Well, what are you saying that all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared for finishing her thought.
Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine. Yuri released her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. Guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Bitch! I got things to do! I stand up. Fucking 2 chapters? What a fucking... I make a mental note on where I left off in the book, then slip it back in my bag. But because I wasn't actually able to read it all and only got to read half of the pages, I know I have to read it and start all over.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
I kind of just picked random words from the dictionary, but yeah, I wrote a poem. My realization ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait! So Yuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Suri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can really see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Whew, my throat. I'm gonna read some comments. Okay, big ol' hugs. Her eyes are the best, though, 100%. It was really a passion project. That's why Natsuki is at second. I don't even like anime, though, so that impressive that I like this game. I really only played because I had nothing else to do and I could play at the time, and then I got hooked. Rock, look up a flemish giant rabbit. Okay, I kind of just picked a random word from the dictionary. That is too true, though. Yeah, a Flemish giant rabbit. Before I go on, I'm going to look up a Flemish giant rabbit. Oh, that is cute! Yeah, what about it? I want one. How did he get with Yuri even though all of his words were good with Natsuki? Hey man, don't ask a player for his secrets. Okay. Who should I show my poem to first? I'm saying Natsuki. I think I think they have my interest at heart. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with hers first. Ellipses. Ellipses question mark? Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It's just it didn't invoke any emotions. So basically it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Oh, I really like this remix. It's really cute with the fucking, like, recorder pan flute going on in the background. It reminds me a lot of Yoshi's Story. Yeah, I told you you weren't gonna like it. I liked it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even talk about writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits really hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simplicity writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up a rhyme at the end, but then it'd fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. God damn it. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I didn't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, that I won't take that away from her. Mimi, big boy. Half of the stream is gonna be my own commentary, the other half is just gonna be fucking Game Grumps and Sandersides memes. Sayori. Ellipses. This is a good poem, Brâck. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. So I wrote one for you. Here it is. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Brâck. Deep down, you're not selfish at all. Deep down. Very deep. Very deep. Somewhere in there. I don't think you're selfish. Trying new things like this is for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Deep down. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much that means to her and all. Yeah, and I can't emphasize how deep I think that is. It's somewhere in there, hard to find, maybe a speck, maybe smaller, but it's deep. That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh, this is a different tune. That's even cooler. It's more trotty, kind of clarinetty, I think. I don't know what that is. It sounds like a clarinet, I think, but it's really cool. Sayuri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Of course you did! It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica is the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Oh, bye, Soup. Sorry. Oh, hey, Monica. Sayori is precious, must protect. Who should I read next? Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Ellipses question mark. Did I say something out loud? The very first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Oh, go. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? This! You use some imagery and metaphors in case you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through it myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in your new letters is that your making style is very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic's matter, and they form a bit of a two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you're blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that are into writing into. Not even finer building them together in a world is probably the most challenging part. It might be you time, but it's also comes with practice and learns by example and trying new things. I also hope that it doesn't everyone helps them. I mean, drive by. I always hope that everybody Natsuki can be best learning from big biased how. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share you my thoughts process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, it's supposed to be the literature club. Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay. Ellipses. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Wait, what? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it looked like it took a long time to read. Bitch, I was done in like less than a second. Call them your tits. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad to hear you say that. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, that story isn't about a ghost at all, Brâck. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But I remember that poets have to express their own thoughts, feelings, and expression of their work. They usually do more than to simply story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost lingering in her last remaining place of comfort and unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Brâck. Me too. Stop saying my name! You really shouldn't be talking about anyone, Yuri. You might cause conflict. I low-key admire Yuri's poetry, but then I remember that someone else wrote it. I'm going to dip as well. Bye! Watching the stream later if it's up. Thanks for coming, Cringy. Monica.
Hi, Brâck. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, even if ever suggested for the club, like new activities of things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Ha ha ha! Don't worry, Brâck. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Brâck. I was going oh-ho in my mind while reading it, and aha! And look at that! And whoa! It's really metaphorical, like how you beat Kirby on the ground and suplexed him into oblivion. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way I already count when I put in my own effort. Ha ha ha! That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes to hit when read...
Okay. Taking a second to think.
Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm... My god, the voice in subtext. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You're doing your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying... Oh, wait, wrong. He's mocking her now. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while after I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay! I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of the style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find the suits you most. So don't force yourself to keep doing this voice, to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha-ha-ha! Ha-ha-ha! Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good with everything you say. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. With a piano. See the direction the sparkle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what did you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can really be powerful! Irony. What was the inspiration behind this one? I don't know! Well, I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. On the toilet! It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. That's me right now. That's literally me like, oh my god, I just read so much. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand above theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki's. They gingerly exchange shots of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meaning Yuri smiles sadly. What's with that language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively turns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I knew that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Do you mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out that nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Brâck did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you suggestions for my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Brâck liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Brâck appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how did you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you sure that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Brâck started showing up. Natsuki!
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Brâck! She's trying to take me... She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If you could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this would have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning shouldn't jump out on the reader, not force themselves to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Brâck. Wait! There's a reason we have so many deep complex words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings in ways that effectively avoiding them is still only necessary in limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that too, right? Well... How did I get dragged into this first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but however I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh, God. God. I'm not picking. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth, so instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri, but Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayuri! Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayuri uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friends feel like this? Brâck. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. That's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes Stop. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayuri stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayuri is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return.
To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, but I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Ha 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 ha!
Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well, I guess that means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't it?
You could say that. She might be an airhead sometimes, but it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing.
I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt.
That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. I should really be using the spacebar so I can get the mouse out of here.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun. Well, let's say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly.
Brâck, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better.
Ellipses. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nodded myself with a newfound determination. Brâck! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. They're just fighting over you because this is a visual novel for men in their, 15-year-olds, but don't worry about it. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they'll both be wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion is all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew! You know, Brâck, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in this club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes them a happiness. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught into the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but doesn't really need to stop there. We'll have just to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay! Yeah! Let's do this. Oh shit. I've got a thing. My sleepy sheep. Okay. New words. For men in their 15s. I was trying to make a joke because most visual novels are like harem novels, but anyway. I like the word dazzle. God, these are the same games, or the same letters. Games are fun. Romance. Valentine. Sweet. Grief. Fluffy. Melody. Bouncy. These are all fun words. I'm picking fun words. Incongruent. That's one I still have to pick. That's my favorite word. Mouse. Boop. Oh, I expected that to be a Sayori word. Doki Doki. Whirlwind is a really nice word, but I like bunny. God, these fucking words. Cheer, I guess. Bliss. Such a good word. Kiss. Sparkle. Vivid. Passion. Chocolate. Giggle. It's just a fun word. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting. So I'll probably do this one more round. Or one more day. I've gotten a little more... And I mean in-game day. Like, I'll finish the stream after one more in-game day is what I meant. Unless more people come back and they're like, no, we don't want you to go. Don't go, please. Anyway, I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days, entering the club than usual. Also, it's good to see you here, Talon. Hi, Brâck. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But it's always a simple thing when you're away. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill on the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's more, isn't there? You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. Oh yeah, I would definitely finish the game later. I give up. I've already got like 3 thumbnails made up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. I hear voices in her book, as always. Her face is in her book. I hear faces in her book. I hear faces in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Brâck to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy when you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after putting a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Ellipses. Did I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. That's no way you can think. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club after she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it wasn't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Pwap! Ah! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances down. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one also almost worked. Eee. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Ah, Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. There's a needle in it, isn't there? I bit my tongue. Eee. You're going through a lot of over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared that one with me. Hehehe. Sayori gets all of her seat and goes behind Natsuki that wraps her around her arms. Jeez. I get it. Cookie's still in her hand. Natsuki reaches up and nudges Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful. Sayori trots away safely. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't earlier. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she's a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's not true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh wait. Ah, there you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed.
Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about?
Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up today?
Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least.
I must not have heard it. I was practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
I don't, really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool. You should play sometime for us, Monica. Monica looks at me.
Maybe once I get a little better, I will.
Yay, that sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Brâck. Everybody dissolve.
She just hip checks everybody. Monica smiles sweetly. I don't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Haha, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready.
I see. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks! So I don't miss anything, did I?
Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Sayori is literally my spirit animal. Yeah, I can get that. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right in the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a close look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go through the class on the other door. On that door. She pointed at the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Brâck. Consider that lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume, Parfait Girls, from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. What? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. God, I needed that. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. It'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly mean to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I opened a book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, which more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I'm finish the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school, typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously. You think I would just enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess you know what I'm saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple... Wait, I missed a thing. Yeah, whatever. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters, and besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they get into all their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen, that's really when it gets good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Ugh. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but it's... This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well... Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoyed baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh, she's a cutie. I have no steam left, Doki Doki. The text ain't over. It's never over. We read on for a few minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not! Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like, I could even get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Nice Trump quote. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort. I can never read. Just want to punch him in the face without thinking of Trump's ugly fucking mug. It takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori's my favorite character. You already feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets a especially bad one. Huh? I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Fun fact, drawing Natsuki's hair is hell. I believe it. Natsuki's voice sparkled with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usually boss. I actually drew some messy hair recently. If you check my Twitter, you'll see it. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. I mean, being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself.
Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? ...
Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse?
Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Ha ha ha.
Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. I just kind of picture her like grabbing onto your arm and just like pushing with full force and her sliding with her little butt all the way across the room. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. Ugh. I guess the book in the hand it's towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it's bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only get part way through the volume so far. I might fall back on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose I necessarily sacrifice in exchange for me seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff. Stunned! I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. Fucking that sorry just made me laugh out loud so much for some reason. Okay, it's gotta be Natsuki first again. Ellipses. Natsuki read my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now you must have read it. I'm gonna save real quick. I keep forgetting. I have not saved once. Okay. How do I get back? Okay. By now she must have read it more than once. Aren't you supposed to be bad at this? Is that a compliment? No, I mean, you know. Natsuki struggles to find the words she wants. I just expected a lot less after what you showed me yesterday. That's all. Well, I guess I just got lucky with this one. Yeah, exactly. You just got lucky, you know? Don't get used to it. You won't always manage to write poems this cute. I mean, well written. No, I mean... so that's how it is. My poem's cute. No, why are you smiling? It's not like I like cute things. Natsuki shoves my poem back towards me. Reading it again, I decided that it's not so great after all. It's too cute and Doki Doki. It would only impress, you know, girls who like that kind of thing. For some reason, Natsuki is incredibly easy to see through. Well, anyway, you're gonna read mine now, right? Judging by your tastes, you'll probably like it a lot. You'll probably learn something too. Don't forget who the real pro is. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg real bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better without spider lovers. I'm gonna tell everyone. Oh my god, I think this is supposed to be about... Bosh, go away. No, not right now. Go away. Please. You can't be here. This is not safe for you. I think this is an allegory for her and her manga. Let's see if I'm right. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. It really helps realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone who would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Sometimes that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone else as long as they're not hurting anyone and makes them happy? I think people really need to learn respect to their weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of people can too. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like reading unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Who should I, Sayori. Ooh. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Brâck. I love it, especially about yesterday's poem. You're too honest sometimes, Yuri. No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Me every day and every moment of my life. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Brâck poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's just a good way to be by heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is important. Oh, this world thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah! I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Oh, there's a better word for it, but I can't think of it right now. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing myself after all. Thanks, Brâck. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. A little ball of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Dawn comes a bottle to save the day. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in comes my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them off the shelf, and one after the other, holding them out to each other friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends. My friends aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect you to. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not creepy. I mean, maybe because I'm not used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about this. The point is, it came out good, and you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like it. I feel like I'm meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with things before dropping it, no matter more than a week later. I wonder if this was one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Whew. Okay, Yuri's turn. It's my turn. Let's see how it compares to yesterday's. I see. It's a bit different. I respect you for trying different things, Brâck. Were you inspired by Natsuki's poem? Or Sayori's, perhaps? Well, I guess you could say that. I thought so. I'm happy for you. You don't mind to find inspiration in my You don't need to find inspiration in my poems. I write them for myself, not for everyone else. So I don't really need for people to look at them or anything. Yuri. Yeah? I'm sorry for being blunt, but you're overthinking things a little. Just because our style are different doesn't mean I dislike your poems. In fact, if I tried to do something like in your style, I'd probably just do a terrible job. I see. I'm sorry. My stupid mind, it likes to do that sometimes. Anyway, you don't seem to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through the feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's why one of the truly enables to readers' mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, an example of that if you read the next. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttling of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon increments into a phase and reflects that much more light off to my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps the project of my motions over the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. Okay. Okay. You eat the raccoon? Is that what you're telling me? She ate the raccoon? Don't. It's my favorite animal. Okay. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a little more metaphorical, I hope. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even imagine. I can't even figure what's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About something about being ridiculed for a strange interest? She did? Yeah. She's talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I already did. She's in earshot, you dummy. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would have probably hated myself. Might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Oh, totally not a depressing poem from Sayori. Totally not. Oh, my back. Oh, I've already read that, sorry. Monica's turn. I picked her last because she's the hardest for me to read. Hi again, Brâck. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for me today? Sure, here you go. I get my poem. All right, I like it. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Ha ha ha! Oh, jeez. No, it's kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write, and she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yup. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silvers? Oh my god. Don't bring that up into my life. That was fucking middle school shit. Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kids' stories in just a simple few words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like you're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is a kid kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning of. So I can see why it would... Oh, God, stop it, Back. Be a poem to explore. But anyway, you want to read my poem now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. It's time to smash. Red team, green team, blue team. Endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Because it's a wave. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Got a lot of paper here. Load me! Wait, what? Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grand, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. Endless poem. Load me. Okay. It It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
Ha 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 ha! I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just, it's a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short make it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it was about, though.
Ha ha ha! Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen.
Wait, is this a tip even about writing?
What am I even talking about? Ha 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 ha! That's my advice for today.
Can I get back to the poem? Maybe not. Huh. Okay. Ah, my back.
Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come and sit in the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Yeah, do we really have to do something for that festival? I'm not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with the last minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing!
Performing? Monica!
Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance! Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're all going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you?
Yeah, well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to perform in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine it, Yuri shaking her head in fear. Guys?
No, Sayuri. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask of them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people.
So why are we doing it?
I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I am sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each of us put in a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same.
She looks like she's poking Natsuki in the eye.
And the more people who perform, the better. We'll be able to show everyone what it's all about.
Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings. Being intimate with yourself. Save me, load me, Brâck. Isn't that hard to understand? Oh, right, I forgot. This day is a little longer. Finding new horizons and having fun.
That's right! And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share with the others to inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do! I know we all do! And if it all takes standing in front of the room and recite the poem, then I know we can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but at least Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Woo! Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expected faces. I guess I don't have any other choice. Haha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Ah, of course. Now, let's see. Monika, flip through your notebook to specifically poem she has in mind for herself. Sorry, it's getting harder to read the longer I go. She then stands before the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monika begins reciting the poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. In this moment, she's done before, or is she simply natural? I glance around me. Everyone has the eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Wow, fired up. All of a sudden, Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It is called After Image of Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering voice transformation into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her. We were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem in her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good! Thank you for sharing! Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. So Yuri pops out of her chair and walks to the podium. This one is called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Sometimes it feels like her voice was made as a perfect match. The poem is aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on a paper, people would think much of it. But hearing it come out of Sayori's voice always gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is why Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach
more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Brâck liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean?
It came out so nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you very nicely. But it might be that poem wouldn't work quite as well with the kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, even some poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I'll practice that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone.
The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
Don't make me go before Brâck. That's not like I can pair you guys with anyway. Might as well let Brâck lower everyone's standards a little before I have to go. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well go in for it. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and stood up before the podium. Everyone has their eyes, make me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it too much. I think it's less about your ability and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump, as in Shonen Jump. You might have heard of it. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little enthused, her poem has rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki's finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again.
Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it comes to my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so...
Well, I guess in that case, you don't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Maybe you... Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time when you'll be reciting.
Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all the effort in this club. Makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, and let's write our poems tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nice so far, so I'd like to continue that. As far as the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait. I can't do this.
All right.
I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori?
Ready to go, Sayori?
Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys. Don't make me such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Brâck. You don't have to say anything. Whatever, let's get going already. Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. Just in case it doesn't let me save before the book or the words. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayori fumbles with the words. So let's just say that one day Natsuki asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? Kind of putting me on the spot there. Oh, I don't know. Why does that thought of that make my heart pound? I think I would be afraid of what she'd do if I turned her down. Isn't she so cute and fun to be around? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think of it about it anyway. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Oh, I am saving. And I am taking a break for tonight. Thank you all for joining me. My face hurts so much. Oh, before I go, I got a little bit of fan art, which I don't mind sharing, if I can. Let me just save this to the C drive real quick. Save that in my downloads. This is by Cringy, who joined us earlier. If I can get it to work. Let's just open it in Paint. Because I have no other... I do not know how to do it otherwise. Oh, I can import it. What am I doing? I can just go right-click, add. Media file. Yeah, and I can go to downloads. I can just show it off. Oh great, where'd I put it? What'd I save it as? Sort. This is not supposed to be this hard. But I've never done this kind of thing before. Oh, there you are. Unknown. There we are. Look at this cutie. Thank you, Cringy, or Sora. Look at that. Let's just, there we go. Oh, close enough. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm stalling for time. Alright, that'll be it for me. Thank you all so much for joining, and I'll see you guys next time in the dungeon. Sorry. See you next time, guys.